Hey guys, welcome back to the Sonic Writers Commentary. We're already about halfway done with Sonic's campaign, and wow, he's already gotten used to airboarding by now, even though he only plays him once.
Could you take Sonic seriously, James, if when he jumped, he went, hooey?
No, I wouldn't.
I am fabulous. Hooey!
God damn it, man. No, you can't
Not
unsee
very
that.
impressive for someone of your reputation.
It's
Is that
God?
me?
Hey, Jet.
You.
Oh, yeah, they never.
Jet.
No.
Yeah, I'm realizing they've never been saying any of their names. For anyone trying to catch up, the purple bird is Wave, big guy Storm, and this is Jet.
Jet the Hawk. Who I remember this very distinctly. The first time I heard about Sonic Riders was through a Nintendo Power article, and they literally mistook Jet for being the Dynamite.
He does look a little bit like Bean's older brother.
He does look.
Yeah,
And
he
funny
does.
thing is that, like, and it's funny you say that because I know in the comics they actually joked around with the idea of Bean being related to the
Well, I
Babylon
don't think he's
Rogues.
all talk, you know.
But
Like his
they
cousin or
outright,
something.
but they outright
I don't know.
decline it. But they outright deny it in the
I
comics.
never imagined anyone would
Well, it's more so like
Tails.
Bean believes it because in the Archie series, Bean is basically a kid-friendly Deadpool. He's kind of off his rocker. But Jet's like, no, what are you talking about? Get off me, you crazy
Hey,
bird.
Tails, you always do your best, so don't worry.
Yeah, but she
What was it? So it's Jet the Hawk, Wave the Swallow?
Wave the Swallow
and-
and Storm the Albatross.
Gotcha.
Albatross.
I had a funny feeling you were going to make that comparison.
Well, anyway.
So yeah, Tails said he's going to help Sonic unlock the true power of the Extreme Gear. How's he going to do that? Beat the living fuck out of a Swallow in the Green Cave.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get Dr. Wily's help.
I love the music for this level. It's so majestic.
Oh, yeah, the
Funny
music
you
is
mentioned
great.
that. You know what? It really is funny you mentioned that, seeing how we just got Mega Man 11 not too long ago.
Well, that's the
But,
idea. The gears.
At the time of recording.
But yeah, no, they literally just call these airboards in this universe Extreme Gear, which, I mean, it is kind of mechanical. I mean, it takes airs.
Oh, that's the other thing is
It
I'm
takes
not.
hairs.
That's the other thing. I'm also not very good at like gauging how many tricks I can fit in before I slam into the wall.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
amount, that's actually another thing. Whenever you're jumping off the ramps to do your tricks, the amount of tricks you can pull off is highly dependent on how long you've held the A button. And if, if you're able to still make the jump, yeah, literally. We still live in a universe where giant realistic centipedes are a thing.
That's not
I
fun.
thought that was kind of creepy.
Well, you
What?
make that, but in Heroes we have giant realistic alligators.
Oh, shut up, Oma
Yeah,
Chow.
oh yeah, I remember Uncle Horatio.
And of course, let's not forget the devil damn whales.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the killer
Hey.
whales.
Little orcas.
So I'm looking here at some of the music just because we were talking about that, and I do love the music. So one of the composers is Fumi Kumatane, who was known for Sonic Adventure series, Riders Unleashed, and Zero Gravity. And she performed music. She sang I think some of the songs in Sonic and the Secret Rings, like the vocals.
Ah.
The one that they include on Sonic News Network is a song called Poison Spear, which was the theme of the Sand Scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Oh lord, I remember that being.
Then there's Tomonori Sawada. He was the sound director. He did all the sound effects in the
Oh,
game.
no!
Oh,
My
this-
my ear's been shackled.
we've been hit by a clear. No, anyway.
It doesn't last long,
he's-
though, but yeah.
Okay. He did all the sound effects for the game, including some of the music. He composed the music. He composed the music for Crystal Egg Zone in Sonic 2,
Interesting.
and he composed the title screen music for Sonic 3. And
Wow.
and for James's sake, he has recently done all the sound effects in Sonic Lost World.
Nice.
And the last person, just to get this info dump out of the way, is Kenichi Tokoi, who he worked alongside Tomoya in Sonic Unleashed in Colors. He worked on Generations. He remixed some of the old tracks, such as Planet Wisp. He did.
Did both
Son-
versions of Planet Wisp or only one of them?
I don't know. It doesn't say it, and it also says that his most recent thing, take it or leave it, I enjoyed, was he did he remixed the U.S. version of Versus Metal Sonic for Sonic Forces.
I thought that was a really good remix. So.
But yeah, considering that you don't like the
Oh,
rest
boy.
of the U.S. Sonic CD soundtrack.
I mean, I don't hate all of it. It's just some of it is, well, it pales in comparison to the awesome Japanese original.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, that was
Jeez.
fun.
Okay.
Now give me your secrets, Wave, or else we're gonna have to choke and swallow.
Aha. That's a
Did you
little.
really have to make that?
That sounded better in my head.
That did. Tails, we're just gonna.
Tails, you are an 8-year-old boy. Don't ruin that innocence, mister.
Well, I'm an 8-year-old boy that you
Wait, we're
dragged
already
into
at
a
the end?
casino. Did you ever think about that? You're the worst guardian ever.
Whoa, whoa, we're already at the. We're at the end?
Yeah, we're
We're
at the
at
end
the
of
finals.
the end of the GP.
And look, the blimp that's obviously not ripped off Sonic Heroes.
I thought
And
that was
Amy
Billy
back in her
Hatcher.
classic red.
Aw.
She decided to sit on the sides for this one.
You and your
She probably,
Play-Doh hair.
she probably lost off screen.
Yeah.
You and your frickin' Play-Doh hair.
So there's only 4 contestants left. The good old Team Sonic and Jet.
Just Jet?
Yeah.
Jet.
Yeah, because remember, Wave and Storm lost.
Oh, that's true.
Makes sense.
Oh, by the way, remember when I said anything goes? Keep that in mind.
Okay. Also, I'm just saying, whose idea was this? I'll just outright say, that was actually fairly nice of Eggman to not I'm gonna say that was actually fairly nice of Eggman to not accept their entry fee until the last race. They just been
Yeah,
racing
like-
for free up until now.
You know, and now that I think about it, Tonic pulled out the yellow emerald. For all we know, that may as well have been the fake.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're right.
I could totally see him doing that.
That would have been an interesting attention to lore detail. But anyway, this part sucks.
I hate the sand.
Whatever did happen to that fake emerald, anyway?
Didn't it shatter?
Not that I recall.
I think they lost it or something. Ow!
Let's try that again.
There. Oh wow, nice.
That didn't happen.
0.01.
Let's just pretend that was from an alternate continuity where I lose. Of course, I never lose because I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Ow!
Also, that's right, Hype. I forgot. Yeah, they found out he knew it was a fake before it even. Well, okay. I should say he bluffed about it being a fake, and then Tails confirmed the bluff.
Yeah, that's true.
How did you find out? Because you just told me. It's like,
Well, I think it was more like... It's like he knew it was a fake ahead of time, but then he wanted to play with him for a bit because, he just wanted to see the look on Tails' face.
yeah, the game. Say what you will about his goofiness, but so they really underutilize the fact that he does still have an IQ of 300.
Honestly, I think the craziness he pretty much exudes from
the-
Sonic.
Oh,
no. Sonic Generations and so forth. I feel like that would have been the most appropriate in that entire context, considering, well, he thought he killed off his longest running nemesis.
True.
It's like,
My
I can imagine now.
bro-nemy.
So, how'd you know it wasn't the right one? Because you just told me, Fox Boy.
That is true. He was super confident at that point.
Yeah.
So, okay, we were talking about this. You don't like this one. Is this also your least favorite stage, Jordy?
It's one of my least favorites. I'm not a big fan of this one just because
Nice.
of how
Oh, sorry,
structured
Tails.
it is.
All for the
Oh.
sake of the race.
I thought that was Jack.
I
Crap.
don't like the structure of it.
Yeah, that's also another thing. Just because Tails and Knuckles are racing alongside you, don't let that impair your judgment. You do still need to be in first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will lose.
Oh, and be careful if you don't need any more air, do not hit the air station by accident. It will stop you in your tracks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's only for the sake of the last resort.
What was I gonna say? Hype, what were your experiences like with this game?
I borrowed it from the daughter of one of my mom's friends, and I remember enjoying it for what it was. I will say, since they were talking about it, this is probably one of my least favorite stages in the game as well. Actually, it's probably tied as being my least favorite with its Babylon variant, which we'll see later.
Ugh. Yeah, it should be said. There are actually 2 variations of each track. There's the regular variation and the quote-unquote nighttime variation, or I guess we'll go with Babylon in this case because most
Yeah,
of
the
most
Babylon
experience
variation.
in the Babylon plot line. But basically, they're harder versions of the regular counterparts, and the sand ruins at night fucking sucks.
Oh dear. My
Now notice this real quick. This is literally how this race ends for us, and well, this is why.
Wait, don't get to cross the finish line yet?
By the way, don't mind the fact one of my back wheels just clipped with my face.
Yeah.
Or don't forget the fact that we somehow went back 500 yards when we were totally at the entrance to the Coliseum already.
Could very well have been a misfire.
Wave, press the button.
Don't ask me twice.
Yeah, bomb!
Ow,
Wouldn't it-
ow,
now,
ow.
now, see, I would have loved it if the bomb actually launched him forward into the finish line.
But
That
no,
would've
it
been
didn't.
hilarious. It
Uh,
just
You
had
had
enough-
one
it just-
job, Blaze.
It just had a vertical. It had enough of a vertical push to impede him.
crap.
Ah, the dirt suits you so well.
Shut up, man. Going through.
Now that I think about it, a part of me does feel a little bad that they didn't bring back Jason Griffith to voice him, and like when they got the new actors. Because I mean,
What the-
say what you will about what the changes they made with Free Riders and all that. I still think like this voice could have fit him better than what they gave him later.
What the hell is he doing with the Tesseract?
Yeah.
Big to differ, but okay.
What the hell is he doing with the Tesseract?
Actually, I agree with James. I actually kind of prefer Jason as Jet over the guy they have now. I mean,
Well,
that
they
doesn't
just
really mean a whole lot because they rarely use him, but
They
still.
keep cracking his voice. Are we not going to talk about the Tesseract?
Oh, right, the Tesseract.
You mean
What is he-
you mean the cube?
Yeah, it's a Marvel thing, but what is that?
They explain more on what this thing is in the Babylon plot, but here it's just it's the key to opening up Babylon Garden. Maybe I should have said that soon. Should have said that later, but
It's dragging
or
its
the end of
feet.
the world as we know it.
There it is.
There's Babylon Gardens. There for the dramatic
Damn,
reveal.
the CG does still hold up pretty well today.
Actually,
No,
real quick,
that
since you
CG
mentioned the
is so
Tesseract, Logan, it's like,
I'm ready. We all think we are ready. We are wrong.
Yeah.
I
Almost.
don't get it.
And Knuckles is literally yelling out, "Copycat!"
It does. That looks just like frickin' Sky Sanctuary.
It does. Oh my goodness.
It's like Angel Island and Sky Sanctuary had a baby.
Babylon Garden.
Yoink!
Just yoink.
Wait, what?
What?
It was all a ploy.
Wow.
but yeah, in case you didn't hear me, Jordan, what I was referencing is like, you've seen Infinity War, haven't you?
Oh,
Yes.
Amy.
It's the guy that leads Thanos to the Soul Stone.
Tails, Knuckles, we gotta get Eggman.
Oh, okay. I don't.
We're
I
not
didn't
gonna.
remember
We're
that
not gonna
part,
spoil.
but
Can we spoil who that is? Because we know who it is.
How long
Well,
ago did
James
that
doesn't
movie
care.
air? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Red Skull.
Okay.
Which I'll admit, that was the one cameo I was not expecting.
I love
Same.
this.
Just
Look
coming.
at his bike.
Coming through!
Look at this. Freaking...
He's so goofy with that face.
And you actually, and slight spoiler, you actually can play as Eggman on a bike.
Extreme.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Well, you know-
You can only play them in a bike.
Well, that is interesting. It's like, yeah, I guess we just talked about that. What kind of gears are there? Like, because I saw whenever you leveled up, some stats increased. So,
Okay,
what is the
so
other gear
I'll
like?
just get this out of the way right now. There are 3 types of extreme gears in this game. There's the regular board kind, there's the bike kind, which Eggman's using, and there's the roller skate kind, which is used for the likes of
Shadow.
Who is he's not in the story whatsoever, but he's just a playable character you unlock later.
And actually, we should talk about that. Not only is there a story to this, and not only are there like all these characters that you're seeing, Amy and everyone else, like there are other Sega characters in
I'll
this.
show you what true speed really is.
You know what? I may as well just. I haven't recorded it as of this recording, but I probably will make a part 5 where we just show off all the bonus content because I mean it is worth showing off, even though we technically aren't doing a really original look at it.
Well, goodness, there are some awesome like stages. Like crap, I don't care. I'm gonna spoil it. There's one based on Knights.
Yeah,
Partly
well,
based on Knights.
Partly.
It's a Sega themed level, but we can get into more into that later. Anyway, now for our last level in the Heroes campaign. What do they call this again? I kind of
Babylon Gardens.
I think it
Babylon
is just called.
Garden.
Yeah.
they just call Babylon. Okay, then there's
Yeah.
a different name for it later.
Oh, jeez, this is awkward.
Sonic attacks his opponents by literally just going
Yeah.
boom.
This is another stage that
Yeah.
I really don't like. Although
Oh.
I think the the Babylon version is much worse.
Honestly, you say that. I feel like these aren't nearly as horseshit as the desert levels.
Oh,
I do like
jeez.
this bit here where we're literally just all of a sudden there's this bird mech that catches us.
It's like a Babylon. I feel like this is like freaking Atlantis kind of like Disney's freaking Atlantis. I forget what the name of the movie is called now. Was it Lost Leg? No,
Oh,
Lost
Atlantis.
Empire.
Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Thank you. Yeah, I was saying, I think that's what's kind of going on here. Where, like, there's this ancient technology, these bird Babylonian
Gems
mechs.
kind of demonstrated the wrong way. Be careful with the bombings; they will permanently alter the racetrack.
Yes.
Oh,
Dear.
yeah.
In a way,
We need to
it's
level
kind
up.
of like how in Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform, the further along you go in the race, the further the course changes itself.
Which is cool. That reminds me of a Split Second. I should do
And
that
I know,
game for you guys.
and I know it's kind of
sometime.
early to judge, but I'm kind of hoping they do the same thing with Team Sonic Racing. I mean, just to make up for the fact that they kind of got rid of boats and plane racing altogether. Kind of
If
sucks.
not,
Yeah.
if not that, I wish I maybe if you can borrow your cousin's Xbox One again, because Xbox One has a lot of backwards compatibility, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I would
I
say.
want to say that All Stars Racing and Transform are on there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you, random racer.
Yeah,
Maybe
look.
Jet, maybe
Yeah,
the robots. Honestly, it's hard
it
to
was
tell
one of
because
the
they're all colored the same.
yeah. Look for different colored
Yeah.
arrows on those slipstreams, because sometimes you can like shortcut up to a different path with them. What was I saying?
Which is
then,
completely accidental, to be fair.
Which what was it? There is another, because some of the backwards compatibility. Because if not, there is totally a game I think that you should try. Heck, in fact, if I can find, I can probably send it to you. Or something is I've mentioned it a few times, but it's called Split Second. It was actually a Disney. It was actually a Disney published racing game, which basically is what happens if you take a racing game.
It's really putting up a fight.
It is. But yeah, it's what happens if you take a racing game and Michael Bay and put them together. But like, it's like you get explosion. The idea is that you don't get Mario Kart-like items. What you use instead are, depending on how well you do and how fast and what kind of scores you get, you can activate trigger points throughout the map to basically like in this stage. Imagine if you had a button that you could control when a bomb goes off to change the entire stage to your advantage. So like as Sonic, you could race ahead and then trigger the bomb so that the bomb happens behind you and messes everybody up.
Nice.
And it's really cool, some of the stuff that can happen in that game.
Don't
Just
worry,
like that
I can
hard.
save myself from this. By the way,
There
where
you
happened
are.
to Jet?
Yeah, where the heck was Jet?
Well,
Let's
let's
see.
see the standings.
Oh,
Holy
Oh
crap.
my god.
He lagged behind big time.
darn.
Yeah, I could have sworn I remember like the AI being a lot harder than that.
Well, anyway, that's it for the Heroes campaign. Now we see our ending.
Wait, I thought there was like a ball.
Even without wings, I can still fly. Right?
Sounds rather cheesy coming from Sonic, I won't lie.
A little bit.
Well, a lot of his lines are cheesy throughout the series.
I think that's why
Let's not
Jet
kid
is more.
ourselves.
I think that's why
Thinking about
Jet
it, I
is.
wonder how Ryan Drummond would have handled that line.
What's Eggman
Where
have
are
to?
you, Eggman?
Uh oh.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm over here, actually.
Dude,
You just had him.
Darn.
You just had her stuffed in there.
She's clearly not happy about it.
With this Tesseract, I'll be able to find the Soul Gem.
But wait, Sonic has an idea.
What the?
Amy could have easily whacked him off if you wanted to. Right?
She doesn't have her Pico hammer.
But wait, where is Sonic?
Where'd he go?
Where are you?
I'm here.
He's doing the charge thing
I
that Jet
love
did.
that delivery so much. It's so corny. And there he
And Amy
goes.
Oh
goes
crap!
with
He
it.
took it. And Amy flies away, and Sonic catches like, yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone.
No offense.
I lost.
Where's
Don't play
Amy?
games with me.
Amy's
I
just
don't want
gone.
pity.
You'll
Nor do
see.
I need it.
Are you crazy? If they don't want it, then let's take it.
Yeah, Wave's kind of more the brains, and Jet's very much an egotist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Storm is there for the free pancakes every Tuesday.
Well, he's just the loyal. He's just the loyal mob boss.
I love
I think it's
pancakes,
hard to
Storm.
I almost said Storm.
All right. Well, time to go home.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we were forgetting something, weren't we?
Man, knowing I was there.
Admittedly, that was a very good question.
Well,
It's really easy, Amy. All I did was put my both fists behind me, charge right in, and
I love how sincere Sonic is in this scene, and then all of a sudden, this.
See, she
Oh,
did
there.
have a hammer.
I guess she did. Oh!
Doink.
I'm telling you, she could have pulled it out at any time. But no.
Ow!
Ow.
Guys, you want to lend me a hand here?
No thanks, I'm just enjoying the show.
See, honestly, I'll
Okay,
say
you can do it.
I'm loving. I do like the cutscenes here. The expressiveness is like really I feel like they had something with this, and then
And I think it only took me until this very recording to realize that's a JPEG.
and then Free Riders happens, in which everything was JPEG.
Yeah. But with that said, we beat the Sonic campaign, and we unlocked a lot.
Opening, jeez. Oh,
Yeah,
in terms
they
of that secret
spoon
character
feed
thing-
you a lot with this first.
Oh.
So now that we've beaten the Heroes campaign, now we have the Babylon campaign, but we're not going to be able to tackle that until next part. So stay tuned for what life is like on the other side of the law.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ah!